Mickey 17, directed by Bong Joon-ho. He hasn't made a movie in a while. I think it's been 4 or 5 years since the Oscar-winning Parasite, which won Best Picture several years ago, came out. Now he's got his follow-up, March 2025. It's Mickey 17, another science fiction movie from him. You're probably wanting to know, is this one any good? Would you like it? Well, I'll tell you what I think at least, and you can filter your opinion through that. You know, I like some of his movies a lot, especially his Korean movies, but there's some movies of his I don't like. Well, this one falls in the latter category for me. Ugh. But he's sort of in my field of specialty, or at least I've read a lot of literature, science fiction literature, enough to be a little bit dangerous with what Mickey 17 is up to. Now, the movie stars Robert Pattinson as sort of a down-and-out expendable. That's the word for the type of worker he is on a starship that is colonizing another planet, an ice planet that's basically uninhabitable, except for one creature like a roly-poly armadillo. Otherwise, the humans are going to go colonize this planet. And he is bioprinted repeatedly. He's basically used as a biorobot, a test subject, so that the colonists, when they land on the planet, if there are any viruses or harmful bacteria, they use him to test out things, and then he dies and then is reprinted in this bioprinter, which is the number one, really the only great technology that humans have here in the year 2054 besides their starship. That's the Mickey 17 of the title because he's the 17th version of himself, but he survives. And so then he goes after the first act and meets his double, Mickey 18, who's on board the starship, which has already landed on the planet. And they become multiples, this outlawed breed where you can't use the bioprinter to reprint yourself. You can only have one version of yourself. Well, they have two Mickeys, Mickey 17 and 18, and so they're both running around, and I guess that's dangerous. Now, that's the beginnings of the plot. We've seen like 3 Joon-ho movies. You've seen this movie, which combines a little bit of Snowpiercer, a little bit of Okja, definitely a little bit of Parasite, definitely The Host. I mean, all of his science fiction movies are here, and I think he's striving once again to make some kind of combination of poignant drama and B-movie, or ridiculous B-movie, with obligatory scenes of farce and absurdity and crassness and poignant drama. So he's sort of mixing sort of goofy humor, crass humor, and poignancy at the same time as usual. And of course, he's going to critique high and low, rich and poor. Is that about capitalism? I actually don't think so on this one. I don't think it's as obvious. I think the more obvious one is this is a basic starship, a colonizing ship, a Soviet command economy with rationing. With televangelist flavor. So there are a power couple played by Mark Ruffalo and Toni Collette. They're supposed to be these over-the-top American politicians, political figures. They look like a little bit televangelists to me, but they're sort of grubby, greedy, horrible, rich people types versus Mickey, who's this down-and-out sort of self-loathing guy. And thus you have your dynamics where he's working on behalf of them, 14-hour days, 7 days a week, dying over and over again while they are living high on the pig and flaunting it for the camera. Now, the movie's first act, pretty good. It has a little bit of good stuff in the climax. That second act just goes on and on. There's not much for the bioprinting technology to do here. There's a lot of great logical possibilities and absurd possibilities for it, but the best they can do with bioprinting is to have the girlfriend of the Mickey character be fascinated with the possibility of a threesome with Mickey 17 and 18, okay? And then that's just about it as far as science fictional exercising goes here. Really, this is more golden age, mid-20th century science fiction than it is later science fiction. I mean, where are the cell phones once again in this? Where's the teleporter at? We're supposedly 30 years in the future, and we've got starships and bioprinting and really not much else as far as tech. So it's one of those wild mid-20th century dreams that sort of omits a number of things, including the internet and a bunch of other stuff like that. And meanwhile, there's some really hammy acting, as it was the case in Okja, a movie I didn't like much either. If you like that one, you might actually like this movie, just so you know, Okja. But this one, Mark Ruffalo, way over the top. I didn't buy this performance at all. He's playing a congressman, and I must say, although this could be about present-day world leaders, a sort of parody of them, to make it a congressman, I mean, most Americans hate Congress, period. Yes, they do, re-elect their congressperson, but overall Congress hate them. You know, they just go ask anybody. It doesn't matter who they are. So I don't think this performance makes the target of the parody is too oblique if it is about certain world leaders, and it doesn't make much sense overall as sort of a practical or plausible colonial effort, let's say. Also, these over-the-top Congress people, televangelist types, talk about the pure white planet and the purity of the race and propagating the race, and meanwhile they have a diverse crew. I mean, this movie, it does not really have, it's just throwing things against the wall and hoping they stick. Political messages, social messages, anything at all. And at one moment you can read your own biases, your own ideologies into it. Yeah, but there's some other moment that's going to contradict that. So I find that to be the same with the bioprinting. You know, this technology has been worked through in science fiction for a good long time. You can go back to the 50s and find this idea floating there. But the question is Mickey a unique self, or is this a clone? Is he really dying and coming back to life? Or is he being cloned and Mickey 17 is really a new person? The movie just plays fast and loose with that. It's like the answer is both. And you never, whichever one is useful to the movie, that's the one. You know, there's a poignant question that comes up here over and over again. What's it like to die? Mickey has asked that question over and over. So that it is that he's died over and over. But yet Mickey 18 is quite a bit different from Mickey 17. So thus we have a new person there. And so I'm never really sure what they're doing with bioprinting, except to say that it's bad and unethical because it's banned on Earth in the movie, only used here in this sort of, you know, totalitarian state kind of way, and then the movie makes a big to-do of what happens to bioprinting at the end of the movie. Meanwhile, there are environmental concerns. These are, again, old hat concerns. You can find this in the old Star Trek, original Star Trek series, what's going on here. Human colonists go down to a planet, and they're going to mess it up and screw it up and harm the locals or natives. You know, that's been a concern for a while. I don't know what the target is here, but again, it's Okja, just in space in some way, shape, or form, at least a little bit. Overall, I must say I was bored through quite a bit of this, and I didn't buy the ridiculously hammy performances. The creatures are okay, but not really too interesting. They never do too much with them, I think, except for the stock environmental concerns. So overall, I don't like this movie very much. I wish I did. I love the host. I'm going to show it in science fiction class in a couple weeks here. I think it's great. I really like Memories of Murder. And Snowpiercer is delightfully ridiculous to me. I could watch that movie every year and enjoy it because it's ridiculous. I wish this one could be somewhere in there. So maybe it's my problem. Maybe I don't understand this movie. But I think pitted against the bulk of science fiction history, even the bulk of movie and TV science fiction, I don't know. This one doesn't seem that great to me. Maybe I'll be entertained by it. We'll see. But who knows? Now, what do you think of this movie? Let us know. Be gentle and civil in the comments. I really police the comments. I don't like trolling in the comments, and this director invites a lot of trolls for some reason. Not that he's doing it, but like people who watch his movies, they tend to come and troll my videos or videos about him. So beware of that. Keep things civil. We can have a good civil discussion. Open up possibilities for this that I'm not seeing, that you're not seeing. Maybe people have good frameworks for watching this. So let us know what those are in the comments. Please subscribe to this channel for more great content. Thank you. Have a great day.